Okay, this is a review of the Pulling It All Together worksheet because I wasn't there, so I want to make sure you guys have a chance to see that being done live. So we are solving for everything, right? This was f of x probably. And we're finding everything. So this is in standard form and we need to factor it in order to be able to find all the things. So in order to factor it, we want to use p over q. So p is all the factors of 24. So p is going to be 1, so it's plus or minus. 2 goes into 24, 3 goes into 24, 4 goes into 24, 6 goes into 24, 8 goes into 24, 12 goes into 24, and 24 goes into 24. All over. And then q is all the factors of the 3 in the front. But if it's going to be a fraction, we'll get that later. So I don't want you to worry about the fractions. That's a 3, sorry. So this seems like a lot of possibilities, but there won't be as many possibilities on test day. And like I said, if it's going to come out to be a fraction, we'll get that later. So in the notes at puzzle, you can plug in the number and see if it works. So like if I wanted to try 6, I could put a 6 here and do 6 cubed times 3, but already that's getting really big, right? So sometimes it's easier to jump into synthetic division. So set up your synthetic division table. I need to keep it kind of small. 3, -5, -34, 24. And then you're just going to try something. I recommend that you always start with -1, and then try +1, and then try the next biggest number. Work your way down the list. Start with the smallest, but don't forget it can be negative. So -1. You drop the first number, 3, multiply, -3, add, -8, multiply, 8, add... -26, multiply. It's not going to work. So you can cross it out or you can erase it. You try something. If you don't get remainder 0, it didn't work. Erase it or move on. Now try +1. 3, -2, -2, -36. That's not going to work either. I'm not going to get a remainder of 0. Erase it or move on. 2 and -2. -2, 3, -6, -11, -22, not going to work. +2, 3, 6, 1, 2, not going to work. 3 and -3, -3, -9, -14, positive, sorry, 12, carry the 1, 52, oops, 42. Add -24. Hey, we got remainder 0. See, it doesn't take that long. So set up synthetic division. Try the possibilities. Obviously, I'm not going to try 7 because 7 doesn't divide into 24. And then once you get this far, this is what we know so far. Remember, -3 is the root. So x plus 3 was the factor. And then I got 3x squared minus 14x plus 8. This is my f of x equation. Now you're just going to factor or do quadratic formula with what's left. So this time I'm going to do factoring. So lots of stuff on Schoology to help you with factoring. Multiplies to be 24x squared, adds to be -14x. 12 and 2, -12x, -2x. 12x, -2x. This column's divisible by 3. That must be x. Divide by 3, you get -4. Divide, you get -2. So now I know I had x plus 3 from before. And then I just got 3x minus 2. X minus 4 is my other roots. Zero product property now gives me roots of x equals -3. X equals 2 over 3, I'll show you that, and x equals 4. 3x minus 2 equals 0, add the 2. 3x equals 2, divide by 3, that's how I got 2 over 3. These all have multiplicity of 1 because I only got the answer once. Those are my roots. My x-intercepts then would be -3, 0, 2/3, 0, 4, 0. My y-intercept, I'm happy they gave it to me in standard form because the y-intercept is just the constant, 0, 24. Degree, leading coefficient, and behavior. Degree, it was exponent of 3. Leading coefficient, the number in the front is 3. And behavior, that's odd positive. Odd positives look like this. I believe that is all they asked for. So if it's taking you too long to plug numbers into the equation, just jump right into synthetic division, and you know you found a root when you get a remainder of 0. Let's try number 2. Again, this probably said equal to f of x or something. It's on the worksheet. So I could plug numbers in. This is smaller numbers at least. Or I could jump right in. I like to use -1 as my first choice. I know you don't see that on my key, but that's because I erase it every time. -1, 1, -1, 0, 0, -5. Not going to work. Now try +1. You can list out your p over q's if you'd like. Plus or minus. It's only factors of 3 over factors of 1. So there's only 4 choices here. Positive, -1, positive, -3. So I'm at +1. 1, 1, 2, 2. -3 times 1 is -3. Oh, well, that's okay because I wrote the question down wrong. Make sure your synthetic division table matches the equation. So -3 plus 3 does equal 0. I know I found a root when I get a remainder of 0. My equation, 1 is a root, so that means x minus 1 is a factor. And then this is 1x squared plus 2x minus 3. I told you you could factor or do quadratic formula, so this time I'm going to do quadratic formula. (b) plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. I guess I'll go down. (2) plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 12, all over 2. (2) plus or minus the square root of 16, all over 2. (2) plus or minus 4, all over 2. (2) plus 4 is 2 over 2, which is 1. (2) minus 4 is -6 over 2, which is -3. My roots. Okay, look what happened. I got an answer of 1 here, and I had an answer of 1 here. So that means my roots are x equals 1, multiplicity of 2, because it showed up as 2 times and answered 2 times in my equation. And then my other answer was -3. That only showed up once. So my x-intercepts are 1, 0, and -3, 0. My y-intercept, grateful that they gave it to me in standard form. It is the 3, so 0, 3. Degree, leading coefficient, and behavior. Degree is 3, leading coefficient's 1. Odd positive looks like this. Okay, now see if you can do number 3 on your own. Here's number 3. So factors of 4. My p over q is factors of 4. One 4 over 1. 1, 2, 4, sorry. So just jump right in. I like to try -1 first. That one worked. I know it worked when I get a remainder of 0. Okay, so now I know f of x. -1 was the root, so x plus 1 was the factor. And now I am down to, remember it's 1 less. It was x to the 4th, so this is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 9x plus 4. This is not a quadratic yet. So now you have to do p over q again, but with those numbers instead. So 1, -2, -9, 4. My p over q happens to be the same. Sometimes it gets smaller. 1, 2, 4. And -1 might work again, so you try -1 again. -6, that's not going to work. +1. -10, not going to work. -2. Almost. else, but no. Positive 2. Nope. Well, first of all, that's 0, but still nope. Where am I at? Negative 4. Nope. Positive 4. Sometimes it's the last one, but we're not going to have that many choices on the test, so it won't take that long. Negative 4, I got a remainder of 0. So now, remember, we had x plus 1 from the top. So that was x plus 1. Then I just got a root of 4, so that's x minus 4. And then I just got x squared plus 2x minus 1 for my final one. Once it is a quadratic, factoring or quadratic formula, I'm going to do quadratic formula. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 4 all over 2. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 8 all over 2. So it doesn't come out to be a whole number. It doesn't even come out to be a rational number. So sometimes you have to do quadratic formula, but you can always do quadratic formula. So I got negative 1 at the very top, 4 right here to the left, and then I got negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 8 all over 2. So my intercepts are those comma 0. Y-intercept is the constant in the equation, 4, it's positive 4. Leading coefficient, degree, leading coefficient, and behavior. It was a 4th degree. The leading coefficient is 1. Positive even is up, up. Okay, so hopefully this helps you. I should see all this work, or you don't get full credit. And I hope you guys are doing good.